Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. My name is Maaike. Today we are doing my Shop My Stash for the month of May. It's a little earlier than I had expected. However, I woke up this morning with a bit of a cold sore, so I didn't really feel like putting on makeup. So I thought I could film this one for you guys first and then do a different video tomorrow, hopefully, that it's perhaps gone down a little bit so I can put some makeup on again. And I'm just super excited to share my Shop My Stash for May for you, because April, you know, I had the goal to use up some products, and of course I'm sure you're curious to see how well I actually did. So first I'm going to update you on what was in here for April. And then we're going to go into my drawers and select the products that I would like to use in May. And then I can also tell you a little bit more about why I'm filming this video today and why it's so important that I can wear makeup for my next video. Because there are some new products that suddenly dropped that I decided to get my hands on and that I would like to do a video for you with on Tuesday. So hopefully I can film that tomorrow and let you guys know. So yeah, let me talk to you about, just get the exciting stuff out of the way. I used up 4 products and I hit pan on 2. Yes, and I think I'm very close to using up a 5th product as well. So let me talk to you about what I used up. So the primer that I was trying to use up and that I used up is the Prime and Studio Hydrating primer from Essence. This was a lovely, like, lotiony kind of primer. It's very basic. It doesn't really, you know, do anything too extra or anything like that, but it was nice enough under makeup, very lightweight, and so I liked it, and I have replaced it since then with the Skin Lovin Sensitive primer, also from Essence. This is from that new line that Essence launched with it, which is aimed at sensitive skin, and I have quite sensitive skin. This is also fragrance-free, and it seems to be, now that I've used it a few more times, it seems to be the same kind of consistency as the hydrating one, but then without the fragrance. I think that's really the only difference. I will have to put the ingredient list side by side before I write my review. But yeah, this is the one I'm currently using, and this is gonna stay. I used it up. I did it. The IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I told you guys I was gonna try and use this up, and actually, like, one of the last days that I did my makeup the other day, it finally ran out. I can no longer pump anything out, and as you can see, there is a little bit of product left, but really not too much. So I did use my Urban Decay Naked Skin like once or twice so far, and I am going to keep this one in because this is the next foundation I'd like to use up. But I want to pull in a new foundation, and that is the foundation that is very important for that makeup look I want to film. So this is gonna stay in here. But yeah, the IT Cosmetics is now gone, which I'm super happy with. Also super happy with the fact that I was able to finally use up. You can now definitely see that I did wear this down quite a bit. The Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer from Too Faced. This comes with quite a lot of product. It's 7 milliliters, which is why it took me such a long time to use it up. And that was nice, but it's been discontinued, so I could never repurchase it. The IT Cosmetics, I think I will repurchase, by the way, so sometime later in the year I will definitely want to keep that on hand at all times. And then we have the Skin Lovin Sensitive Concealer from Essence. This felt very hydrating. Again, I've only used it once or twice, but I want to keep this in my Shop My Stash as the only concealer, and this only comes with half the product than the Too Faced one, because this is 3.5 milliliters, so it's not that much. This doesn't come in a whole lot of shades, but I have mine in the shade Fair, which is the lightest one. So those products are in there, and then you might be able to see that there is a different setting spray in here because I also used up this. This is the Fix and Last 18-hour makeup fixing spray from Essence. The bottle started to leak, so I was very happy to use this up because this was, the spritzer just wasn't the best. The product itself was nice. It set my makeup just enough, but it was just, it had really big drops of setting spray, so that wasn't my favorite. So I replaced that already with the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray, and that can now go in the cubby where it's supposed to go, because I kept that other setting spray not in here because it was leaking. For powder, I was using the Essence Sensitive Powder, so those were the 3 products from that line that I decided to try. Lots of wear on this one. I'm actually going to be rotating this one out For the time being, it's nice enough. It is really, really lovely. I had heard some people saying this is similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush powder. I don't feel they are the same, but what is good to know about this powder is that it does give me a similar vibe once it's on my skin. It's thicker, it's not as finely milled. I don't think, because this doesn't come in like other shades, this is just translucent. So it's not the same from that perspective. It's not as thin of a layer, but once on the skin, I do get a very similar effect, I feel. And what is good to know about this one is that I only saw it the other day, but it says formulated without talc right here on the back. So if you are someone who is allergic to talc, or if that's something you can't have in a powder, then definitely check out this one, because I know some people have that issue. But I actually want to just go back to the Charlotte Tilbury one and use that one up, and then go back to this one over the summertime. So I want to pull in that Charlotte Tilbury powder. And then for blush, bronzer, and highlight, these are the only three things I used. I ignored everything else that I selected. And one of these products I didn't even show you as like pulling for it in my video last time. And the reason for that is because I showed you the 4 products that I used up. And this is a product I hit pan on. I took a picture of it right after I hit pan on it at the start of the month, like literally the first time I wore makeup after recording my Shop My Stash, I hit pan on this. And now we have this going on. So I've hit pan on the bronzer. This was my goal for 2021, to hit pan on a bronzer I owned. This is one of the oldest bronzers in my collection though. And I do feel that the lighter side is wearing down a lot more quickly than the darker side. But I do feel that now I'm also starting to see some more wear down here. So yeah, this is a lovely bronzer. I really loved it. I was like, I'm going to keep it in here until I hit pan, so I kind of panicked and put the Becca one in here. So I was like, if I don't want to use the Soap and Glory anymore, then I can use this. But I didn't reach for this at all. So I'm going to be rotating in a new bronzer, that's for sure. And then I put in the Kiko Shade Fusion blush in Marsala. This is now also like, there's a little double K embossed in the middle. That has now started to disappear, so got a lot more use out of that. And then the other blushes I had in here, I just didn't reach for these at all. It's not the season yet to be wearing a coral this bright. So I didn't use that, and I also didn't use the Fused Heat yet, because again, I tend to like this more so around like July, August time. So I was a little too early, and in combination with the Kiko Glow Fusion highlighter, that blush is just absolutely stunning. It was such a, I don't know if you watched any of my videos this month where you can see me wearing a full face of makeup. I really like the cheek look I had going on in all of my videos, so I was really loving this combo. And as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see this, do you just see that this highlighter is now also looking like it's got a bit of a dent, which is great, but that does mean I also ignored my other 2 highlighters in here. I love both of these. I just really wanted to wear the Kiko one. So Nabla Privilege, lovely, didn't reach for it. And also the Fenty Beauty, I wanted to expand the mini bit of pan I have in here, but I didn't even reach for it. But yeah, both of these products I love. I love both of these products. This eyeshadow primer is still going strong, but I think it's running a little bit low. So I think I may have to, maybe not this month I think, but maybe next month I might be able to run out of that. The mascara, actually, I need to stop using this Essence mascara because it's starting to get very flaky. I find with the Lash Princess from Essence in the green tube, when it starts to get too dry, it starts to get very flaky when you put it on. And this has now reached that point, so I can take that out of the drawer. And I already told you last time that I was going to rotate in the Sky High mascara from Maybelline. In fact, I'm not. I'll show you why in a minute. Why I'm not rotating that one in just yet. Brow Stuff, still going strong. So the Catrice Volume and Lift is still going strong. And the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil, I want this to run out so badly. And I think I'm almost there. In fact, what I have found is that this packaging at the top here is starting to have a little bit of give, almost as if the pencil is now somewhere up here. So I think I only have a little bit left, but remember, I can't twist this up to see how much product I have left. So it's a guessing game with that one. But yeah, that's just what's going on there. Lip balm still going strong. And then just a quick update on Painterly, in case you don't know. This is just a product I use every day, and this is another product that I definitely want to use up this year. I'm well on my way, but it's going to take a few more months because you only need a little bit. But the last product I wanted to update you on that I've hit pan on is my Calvin Klein eyeshadow. Look at that pan. It wasn't just a little bit of pan that I hit, but like I've been very much sort of methodically working on that middle part of the pan, and as you can see, there is quite a bit of product left on this side, but also here we've got quite a bit of a dent. So this is an eyeshadow that is like, it came with more product than the eyeshadow that I used to set my base up. There was an eyeshadow I used last year from the Body Shop that was 1.3 grams of product, and I used that up completely just by setting my base with it. And this one I'm currently using in the same way. This has 2.2 grams of product, so it's almost twice as much product, and I'm going through it a lot more quickly. So that just goes to show that hitting pan is not always everything. For lips, I didn't really select any lipstick because maybe you remember, but I put my lipsticks on top of my vanity after I decluttered everything. So I did wear a couple of things that aren't in the drawer. Let me see, what was the other one that I wore? I wore a bright pink too a couple of times, but I don't remember which one it was. Anywho, I definitely did wear Velvet Ribbon from Lisa Eldridge this month. I wore that. What else did I wear? I also wore, where did I put it? I also wore Velvet Carnival, so this really nice bright pink. So it's been such a lovely thing to now have all of my lipsticks just much more curated. I just know what to reach for a lot more, so it's been very helpful. But yeah, those are some of the things I've been wearing. And if I wanted to go for a nude lip, I went with my Tower 28 lip gloss. And I actually had this at the top of my vanity because I wanted to be able to show you how much I already used up. And as you can see, I've used up about a fifth of the tube. That's how much I wore it. Whenever I wanted to wear a nude, this is what I wore. So I actually want to keep this in because I love this formula so much, but I am going to take out the shimmering one. This is Magic. I don't really feel it works on its own, and the formula is a little too liquidy for it to really work on top of other things. So these things are going to stay. Everything else we're going to select, but of course I also need to update you on eyeshadow palettes, because eyeshadow palettes, of course, I already pulled a few out that I told you I wanted to use, and really I haven't used these older palettes all that much because whenever I've been doing makeup this entire month, whenever I want to do like a full face of something, I've been reaching for newer palettes, and I'm currently still in the midst of trying some of the new palettes I had selected last month, and I don't think I will necessarily be selecting any older palettes this month, precisely because I just want to get all of the new stuff I purchased towards the end of 2020 out of the way, so that hopefully over the summertime I can finally get around to trying the stuff I bought earlier this year. You'll see. But yeah, I selected the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde because I love it and I think it's perfect for spring. And I definitely did a few looks with this, especially this like shimmer right here. I love it. So I did do 1 or 2 looks with that. I don't think I reach for this at all, the Norvina. I love it for the springtime. I do really like the quality of this. It's just that I was working or playing around with another palette, as you will see, that sort of reminds me of this, but if you check out my review, you will see that these are nothing like each other. And then for my Get Ready With Me this month, I put a side-by-side between the Urban Decay Naked 2 and the Natasha Denona Glam palette. You can do pretty much exactly the same look with it, I found. So that's that. So for new stuff that I actually put up on my face, some of it I wanted to film videos with or review already, and that's this little stack over here. So the Charlotte Tilbury Easy Eye Palette I wanted to have used for my 10 palette review because it is a really small mini palette and I did really like it. So that is now something that can go into the drawer. And this, hold on, is the palette that I thought could be similar to Norvina. They are not. The Lavender Breeze, I'll try putting them side by side. Hold on. So the Lavender Breeze is just a lot, you can really see it when you put them side by side like this. The Lavender Breeze from Catrice has similar shades, but it just pulls a lot more cool toned and a lot lighter than the original Norvina. So can I see that Catrice was inspired by the ABH for sure, but it doesn't have any warmth, and as you can just see up here with those top shades, it's just really, really pale. You can build it up to make it work. I did find out that, like if you layer it and foil it and all that, then you can make these shimmers as intense as these ones, but it does require more work. So it's not perfect, but yeah, these two I just wanted to try. And then also something I wanted to try that was new from Essence is the Out in the Wild palette. A very pretty palette, good quality, no qualms with it really, but I have this kind of color story a million times over, so I don't feel it was super duper special. And then new palettes that I tried because I wanted to rank all of my pastel palettes, so that video is up now too. The Violet Voss Sugar Crystals, really fun, bright, and lots of colorful shimmers. I like that one. And then the Menagerie Pastel Pop I also used, and I did really like it. This was my favorite one. I ranked this one as my #1 favorite pastel palette, now that I've used every single shade. And then finally, I also wanted to use some neutrals, and I'm currently still in the midst of trying 2 other palettes, so I will try those first, and then I get around to some other things again. So I will select a few palettes to use this month for sure, but the Nabla side by side, and you guys, I was expecting to fall in love with this, and I just didn't like it as much as I thought it was going to. I may have to go back to it like once or twice before I do a full review, but I felt the mats just didn't blend as easily on me, and I felt that a lot of the shimmers, especially this one, just weren't as spectacular as they look in a swatch. I just had trouble getting this to really look, well, the looks I did look really pretty. Don't get me wrong. It's just I have a lot of neutral eyeshadows, and then I feel I have other ones that I like better. Does that make sense? The one that I'm currently in the midst of trying, Lunar Beauty Eternal Eclipse. I've only done one look with it so far. The look I did was sort of like with these like browns and like these more warm tones that it has, and then this shade. And I still want to do a look with like the gray tones in the taupes and one with the blue tones. So I still have 2 looks to do with this. So I will definitely finish by the time, yeah, you'll be seeing this already tomorrow. So yeah, by the time next week rolls around, I will have tried all of the shades in this one, that's for sure. So this is going to stay up on my vanity. And then the other one I still want to try is the Blueberry Muffin from BH. So this is the other palette I will be using in the upcoming week. Just to make sure I've used all of those shades, and that I'm pretty much there when it comes to like what I had to try from all of my stuff. I do have a couple of videos planned for May, so there are a few palettes I'm going to select because I will be needing them for videos. I will be selecting some more foundation and concealer, and this is the video that will be going live hopefully on Tuesday if my cold sore is cooperating. But Catrice just launched a full limited edition line featuring more Clean ID stuff. Now these 2 products I believe are not limited edition. This is their Luminous Matte Foundation in the Clean ID line and their High Coverage Concealer in the Clean ID line. And I very randomly spotted these, and apparently these are also new for spring summer, but for some reason I missed these. And now that they have all those other products, the only things they didn't come out with was a blush and a powder. They've got mascara, they've got everything. So I actually want to put that mascara instead of the Maybelline one in my Shop My Stash, just to give it a whirl. And then these 2 I also want to put into my makeup drawers so I can film a full face of Catrice Clean ID stuff. I thought that would be cool. So those 2 I'm going to be selecting. What else do we need to select? Powder. I said already that I was going to go for my Charlotte Tilbury one. So that's gonna go in here. I think we need blush, bronzer, and highlight too. Oh, what do I want? What do I want? Oh, I know. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Fenty in the Sun. And then for highlighter, ooh, I was thinking I have to put this in my Shop My Stash. The Too Faced, what's this called again? Love Light Highlighter in Ray of Light. This is a subtle peachy one. And when I was editing my cheek declutter, I was like, yeah, I just need to go back to that. It's lovely for this time of year. It is more subtle though, so I would like to have another highlighter in here that's then a little bit more intense. Oh, I know. These Kaleidos ones, and Diamond Dasher is the one that's like most universal, as in will go with more things. So I want to use these more. I've only tried them once so far, so I want to put Diamond Dasher onto my face, that's for sure. And then for blush, what is going to be pretty? You may see that there's a couple of products that I had decluttered that I can't live without them in this drawer, I decided. So I did put some of it back. Sometimes that just kind of happens, right? No, not yet. Not perfect enough. What do I want to use? Yes, something peachy then. Akiote. This is a bit more muted, so that will definitely work. But that's also peachy. I can't use too many peachy things, even though right now is the time where I do like to wear peachy stuff. I'll go in with the Blush Lighter by Essence as well. That's a bit more muted, and then I need something a bit more neutral. Oh, I'll go in with the Flower Beauty because that's the one where I said I have too many of the shades, so I don't necessarily need to keep it around. But I did put it back in here so I wouldn't forget to select it for a Shop My Stash. So I've got 3 blushes, 1 bronzer, 2 highlighters. I think that's good. We've got primer and we've got setting spray in there. So I think we're good to go. And then some other things that I also would like to put in my Shop My Stash, just to make sure that I get some wear out of them, are the Catrice lip oils. So I'm going to put 3 shades that I decided to keep. So I've got Glossy Blackberry, Raspberry Glow, and Cherry Blossom Glow. Those are the 3 shades I'm going to put into my drawer, because I do really like that. And for other like lipsticks, I will just select them as we go along. I don't want to select a liquid lipstick necessarily. So I think that will do for now. Alright, so I'm not sure where my camera cut off, but it did. So I was talking and apparently it wasn't recording. But yeah, I was selecting eyeshadow palettes. So I'm terribly sorry that you did not get to see that part, but I'll briefly talk to you about what I will be selecting. I really need to get around to trying the Ménage à Moi from ColourPop. I know already I want to combine this with some of the shades from the Blush Crush. So I need to try this palette before I reorganize all of my ColourPop singles later this month. So that I need to try. I want to also do a video where I rank all of my purple palettes, and I just got these in from Menagerie. So they're Violent Ink, it's purple, and also the Flight Club is purples. So that's why I wanted to try those before I filmed that video. Black Friday purchase I haven't gotten around to yet is the Millennial Pinks from Melt, and this is apparently not great quality. So I'm curious to see how I like it, because this to me is just spring, and then it has these cool tones, and it seems quite fair. So I might really like it, depending on the quality. And yes, I did get myself the Mary Jane, but I don't think I'll be able to get around to it this month yet. That one is for next month. And then we have the Venus XL2 from Lime Crime. I can't think of another more perfect color story for spring. So that's why this gets to go for like an older palette I can reach for to sort of go back to. And I also really wanted to go back to my Riviera palette. So I think if I select 2 older ones and then the rest is new, I will probably like select other palettes as well. But yeah, this is, I think, enough for now. Alright, so there you have it. Those are all of the products that I have now selected for my May Shop My Stash. I hope it's going to be another successful one. I don't think we'll have as much pan as we did last time. I definitely have some like newer products to review here. This I want to review, this I want to review, this I want to make sure I review. So there's some new stuff here, but also some old favorites. And then I can also finally get some more use out of these lip oils, because those were really successful for me. And then I just have some other things. I'm just really currently into these kind of lip products. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make 3 new videos a week. I've got one more declutter coming your way on Thursday, which will be eyeshadow palettes. So I hope you would like to stay tuned, because it's going to be a long one. So thank you very much. Have a great day wherever you are, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!